Hi Pisces, this is going to be a reading for January 2018. I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot. So Pisces, January 2018. Some reversals out for you, Pisces. Pisces 2018. Whoa. The Tower in reverse. The Tower in reverse. The Tower upright is a sudden change, a sudden disruption to a long-standing structure in your life. The structure comes crumbling down in order to rebuild something that is stronger. And in the reverse, it could either be that this change is not sudden, it's coming slowly and it's very expected. Or it could be that your foundations are very strong and you've built a very solid structure on which to grow things on. Let's put it back in and see if it comes out in the reading. Pisces 2018. Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Tower in the upright, Two of Swords, Strength, Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, Page of Swords, the Devil. In the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Cups reversed, overlying the Ace of Wands. It's interesting that the Tower came out again, except this time it was reversed, and somehow it got flipped from reverse, or in the upright. Somehow it got flipped from reversed to the upright in this shuffling, so that's interesting. So there's definitely some major change that's going to be rocking your world in January, Pisces. And right below the Tower we have the Four of Wands, which is stability and a happy celebration. It could be a wedding, or it could be a family get-together, or a party. usually speaks of a happy home, happy family, happy gathering, and also stability. Which is interesting that it's below the Tower, which is a complete overhaul of your whatever you have that's very stable in your life. So maybe this Tower happens, and then in its place we have something that is much more stable and solid and more conducive to building something happy and solid. In the center of the reading we have Strength and the King of Swords, as well as the Page of Swords. And King of Swords is a very intellectual person. It's a masculine energy, doesn't necessarily have to be a man. Could be female. Masculine energy versus female energy. Masculine energy is doing, and female energy would be more a receptive, creative energy. And this person is intellectual, he's very thoughtful, he can be harsh with his words. The Two of Swords is also here. The Two of Swords speaks of not wanting to look at a decision that has to be made. It's a stalemate, but I think there is something that a decision that has to be made because the Tower is here, so it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. But the Four of Wands is here as well, so it's not a bad, the Tower doesn't have to be a bad card. It's just jarring, a surprise perhaps. But it could be a surprise for the better. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence, financial independence. It's about enjoying the material things that you have accumulated in your life. And the Queen of Wands is in line with this Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. The Queen of Wands is feminine energy, a person who has a very sunny disposition and outlook, and she's friendly and outgoing and personable. The Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands feel very similar to me here. And I'm linking them somehow with this Four of Wands. Sort of this enjoyment of life, like a happy perspective on things regardless of the Tower. It's almost like there's this King of Swords and he's with this Tower here. These two cards want to be grouped together. It's like he's in his head and he's thoughtful and he's got this sort of storminess behind him that's carrying over into this Tower. And then we have this more sunshiny outlook. I feel like regardless of whether you are a man or a woman, if you practice this sort of receptive female energy, which is less about action and doing and taking charge, which is this King of Swords. He's very much in his head and planning things out and thinking things over. If you simply enjoy and allow things come to you in January, Pisces, I feel like you'll be much better off. And I think this is going to be a requirement of strength for you. It may be a different sort of way for you to practice being in life, and therefore requires strength, but it's a different kind of strength than this masculine, sharp, cutting right to the chase, but allowing things to sort of unfold the way that they are going to unfold. And this Devil card is being chained to your addictions, being chained to your patterns that have become comfortable in your life. It's funny because these colors are very similar to these colors. This Devil, the King of Swords, and the Tower, I feel are together and different from this yellow-green combination. So there could be a restructuring of the way you've been doing things. And this could require you breaking with some patterns and showing strength in being receptive to what the universe has to throw your way. Page of Swords is a message that comes to you. Page of Swords is here, as well as the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There could be children in your life. Because the Page of Cups is in reverse, there could be a very sensitive child. So if you have children in your life, be gentle with them. Possibly listening to them, listening to what they have to tell you, and not being so aggressive or domineering, but allowing them to express themselves. You could be getting a message about how this Devil is manifesting in your life. It could be a realization that's coming to you with this King of Swords, who sort of looks like Rodin's thinker here. It could be coming to you about how you actually have these patterns in your life that never occurred to you until some sort of message comes your way. And it causes this Tower feeling to happen, and leaving you with this sort of Two of Swords energy, not recognizing that there is something that needs to change, not wanting to make that change, wanting to turn a blind eye to it. And your strength is going to be to allow the change, which is going to bring this Four of Wands stability that is in a happier place for you. I think you're very comfortable, Pisces, with this Nine of Pentacles. You're enjoying your life. There is a major shakeup that's going to be happening, but ultimately I think it's going to lead you to a stronger position, to building a more solid foundation. So the King of Swords is a Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. The Queen of Wands here is an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. You have another Swords card, so you have an older and a younger person here. King of Swords is usually 40 or older, and Page of Swords, a child or someone in their 20s, or someone who is showing childlike qualities. So air sign and fire sign here for you, Pisces. And the only water sign here is the Page of Cups, which is your element, and it's in reverse. So oversensitivity to emotions. Sorry, Pisces. So I was saying that the overall energy is this Page of Cups, which is on oversensitivity. Could be a child who needs a little bit more help, a little more understanding and listening. So you might want to be careful of that in January if you have a child in your life. And I'm also seeing this sort of connection here with this King of Swords and the Tower and the Devil. I sort of want to say that this King of Swords is this masculine energy, right? Which is aggressive and going after what you want in a very physical way, which could be the pattern here that needs to be broken, or that's going to be disrupted, your usual way of doing things, in favor of this more feminine energy here with this Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles and the Strength card. This yellow that I'm picking up in these cards speaks of it's allowing things to come your way in a more receptive manner. Practicing that quiet strength that you possess, Pisces, I think will help you in achieving this Four of Wands energy. So Pisces, there's definitely a shakeup coming for you. It could be a breaking of some patterns that need to be broken in order to bring you to a better place. So thanks for watching, Pisces. Come back and visit in February. Thanks.